Hey guys, OGL Bina here, bringing you guys my week 3 team builder for the IBL. This week we are going up against Gray and his Los Angeles Valienteis. Very cool dude. Be sure to check him out if you haven't done so already. He's the commissioner of the UPBA, which is another league that we're in and we upload for and all that stuff. Very talented dude, very good battler, and really cool guy to talk to. So yeah, like I said, definitely check him out and all the other coaches in the description if you haven't done so already. If this is the first team builder you're catching, it should be the second one on the channel. I did recently decide to try and split up the battle and the team builder just so the battle videos don't run as long. The battle video will obviously go up tomorrow. Well, we'll talk about the team and stuff like that today. But let's get right into the team builder right now. If you did forget our team, it should be on the screen right there next to our opponents. But our team consists of the Mew, Komodo, Wazimus, Greninja, Jolteon, Ribombee, Archeops, Mega Scizor, Mamoswine, Serena, Porygon Z, and Cofagrigus, while our opponent's team consists of the Infernape, Uniclus, Snorlax, Shaman, Noivern, Golbat, Mega Tyranitar, Excadrill, Primarina, Excelgor, and Rotom. 2 Z captains being Noivern and Primarina. So right off the bat, biggest threats to me, number one, that Infernape is absolutely terrifying. That thing runs through my team with right coverage. I don't think he'll be Choice Scarf this week, which is very nice. I think he wants the ability to switch up moves. I think he maybe wants a boosting item. Maybe wants to use a setup set or something like that. So I don't think Scarf is the most likely bring because I do check that much better. And then beyond that, the Excadrill is terrifying. Understand, I don't really have great switch-ins for that. We do have one check on the team that we are bringing for the first time this week, but it's not the most reliable check in all honesty. And then the Mega Tyranitar can also be scary in its own right. If it's like a Rock Polish set, a Dragon Dance set, or even just like a tanky Stealth Rock set, it still hits my team really hard with like Stone Edge, Fire Punch, and then, you know, the rest of the coverage moves it may need and stuff like that. But with that being said, let's just jump right into our first Mon right here, which is going to be our Mega Scizor this week. Rocking out with a pretty cool set: Bullet Punch, Quick Attack, Roost, Sword Dance, Max HP, 68 attack, 124 defense, 60 speed def, and 4 speed with an impish nature. So this Scizor set's really cool. It's a really good win con this week in all honesty. At +2, nothing on his team really wants to take on a Mega Scizor. Besides maybe the Infernape, and we are carrying Quick Attack for the Infernape. Now, Quick Attack actually ends up doing like around 60-ish% at +2, so if we can chip that thing down with Flare Bits recoil, Sand Chip, you know, Rocks damage, stuff like that, we can definitely put it into range of a +2 Scizor, which is amazing because it's one of his only few ways of like actually reliably revenging it. And if we can chip everything else down in range of Bullet Punch, that would be super nice. We don't have anything to hit the Excadrill super effectively, but regardless, Excadrill, the rest of our team, as you'll see in a second, can hit Excadrill very hard, so I'm not scared, worried about one Mon not being able to do so. We still do a big chunk with a +2 Bullet Punch. If he's non-bulk invest, I think we do 40% min, so if we weaken that down too, we can definitely put that into a KO range from a +2 Bullet Punch. And we're also not 2-hit KO'd ourselves with our max HP 124 impish spread right here. So Scizor's a great win con if we can set it up at the right time. Again, his team really does not break it well, doesn't like taking +2 Bullet Punches very well at all or anything like that. Next up, we have our Greninja, rocking out with an Expert Belt set this week. Torn ability, obviously, Water Shuriken, Gunk Shot, Dark Pulse, Low Kick, 164 attack, 196 special attack, and 148 speed with a naive nature. Now, this Greninja is an amazing mixed ball breaker this game. We have enough attack investment to always, is it OHKO after rocks or just right away? We OHKO at max, no HP, Mega Tyranitar from full with low kick. Even if he's max HP after rocks, it's like a 50-50 roll. And if he's not running like max HP, just a little bit of bulk, we have a really good shot at just knocking him out after rocks. Which is, again, very valuable in my opinion. I think that obviously the low kick's going to hit a little bit harder than like a Hydro Pump in the sand or something like that. Dark Pulse for General Stab. Water Shuriken is super clutch in this matchup for things like the Infernape. If it's, you know, for things like the Infernape and for the Excadrill especially. If that thing's under sand, we don't really have much to take it on. If we can chip it down into range of an Expert Belt Water Shuriken, that'd be absolutely amazing. So we are kind of relying on Greninja this week to break through our opponent's team. Gunk Shot hits the Shaman as well as the Primarina. I almost went Ice Beam, but I figured hitting the Primarina would be very important because that thing actually runs through me pretty well too if it's an offensive set, and Gunk Shot will definitely do enough to that thing if he's a more offensive spread. Alright, so next up, we have our Mew rocking out with a Colbur Berry once again. Third week in a row we're bringing Colbur Berry. I promise you guys, spoilers, next week I will bring a new item on you. I promise you. We'll get a little bit more creative. But the first 3 weeks we went against Double Dark and Hydreigon Crawdaunt week 1. We went up against a Mega Absol week 2. And this week we're playing a Mega Tyranitar. So there's been a lot of threatening dark types for our Mew. So I figured Colbur was the best option in those matchups. But nonetheless, our moveset is going to be Soft Boiled, Low Kick, Zen Headbutt, and Bulk Up. Max HP, 76 attack, 12 defense, 4 special defense, and excuse me, and 164 speed with a jolly nature. Now this Mew right here is a phenomenal win con. We have enough speed for the Excadrill. We have enough HP and defense to take 2 Earthquakes from an Excadrill, which is great, as long as it's not a, Adamant or a boosting item. I forget exactly the rule. And I know for a fact, we definitely are not 2-hit KO'd by non-boosting item Infernape. Special or physical. If he's Life Orb, he definitely, can probably 2-hit KO us, or it's a roll in his favor, but without it, we can definitely live. No Rocks Up or anything like that. Like I said, this is a great win con. 76 attack investment allows us to kill a no HP Mega Tyranitar after Rocks. As you'll see, we have a lot of coverage for the Tyranitar. It does scare me. But I feel like our team that we built with this time deals with it pretty well. It, like I said, checks the Excadrill, checks his physical offense, while also forming a pretty big, win con for our team right here. And I didn't mention this on Greninja, but also with Mew having Low Kick. I went Low Kick over something like Drain Punch because he has the Mega Tyranitar, which is a very heavy mon, and he also has a Snorlax, and they both hit both of those mons harder. So I figure having that stronger option versus those two was obviously better, because we can just recover with Soft Wild, opposed to a, passive Draining Punch recovery. But yeah, that's going to be Mew. Again, very good win on this game. If we can get it set up at the right time, we can kind of just punch holes through his team, or just potentially clean up due to him not being able to kill this guy. Next up, we have our Serena coming for the first time. Leftovers, Queenly Majesty ability, Power Up, U-Turn, Synthesis, Low Kick, Max HP, 28 attack, 124 defense, 76 def, and 28 speed with an Impish nature. Now, this spread right here, this is going to be our Excadrill check. We are not 2-hit KO'd by Life Orb Drill after lefties. If he's Adamant Life Orb Drill, then he probably can. But if he's Jolly Life Orb Drill, we definitely do live 2, as long as we have our lefty still. We have enough attack to kill Mega T-Tar after Rocks with no HP with Low Kick. So this is going to be our 3rd mon with Low Kick right here. And we are... we're throwing 28 speed in there just for speed creeps. If you want to just creep us with Tyranitar, we're accounting for a couple points there. The rest in Spadef, and that's going to just round out our Serena set right there. Like I said, it's going to be our Excadrill check. It serves as a pretty decent pivot with U-Turn. Low Kick, obviously, for the Snorlax and for the Mega Tyranitar and stuff like that. Now, next up, we have our Mamoswine rocking out with the Rindo Berry and Thick Fat ability. Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, 180 attack, 140 Spadef, and 188 speed with a jolly nature. Now, we're running enough speed to outpace the Mega Tyranitar here and do a huge chunk with Earthquake, obviously. This is going to be a rocker this game. I feel like rocks are very nice in this matchup, just breaking stashes, chipping things down. Especially that Infernape, I think getting up Rocks plus Sand Chip plus potential Flare plus Recoil plus maybe a Life Orb or something like that, chipping that thing down and beating it like that, I think is pretty valuable in all honesty. And this also serves as like a pseudo breaker for his team. He doesn't have much that switches into his dual stabs, which most teams don't. The coverage that Ground plus Ice gets is pretty ludicrous. So against his team especially, it really does go in. It gives us a reliable way of killing that Noivern with Ice Shard. If he's a tiny bit weakened, depending on his spread. And, the Rindo Berry. We're running Rindo Berry to serve as kind of like a Shaman lure. We live a max special attack Life Orb Seed Flare after Rocks with the Rindo Berry, and we can definitely knock that thing out with an Icicle Crash or an Icicle Crash into an Ice Shard. Something on the matter like that, if he wants to like try and pivot in on a Earthquake or something like that. So that's going to be our Mammoth Swine, very important member this week. Like I said, good breaker, good stealth rocker, good lure. So there's a couple purposes to this game. Now, lastly, we are bringing back our Archeops after a phenomenal performance last week. This time we're running with a different Z crystal, though. We're going with the Ground DMZ, Defeatist ability, Defog Roost, Earthquake, Stone Edge, max attack, 12 defense, and 244 speed with a Jolly nature. Now, this is outspeeding a max speed Infernape. Obviously, we will outspeed it as long as it isn't Choice Scarfed. This gives us the Defogger if we really need to get a Suicide Defog off out of the way or something like that. Oh. Man, tired. And his Edge Quake resists are kind of just abysmal. This Mon really does kind of run through his team, even more so than last week, I would say. The Ground EMZ gives me a nuke on things like the Tyranitar, if it's a tiny bit weakened, the Excadrill if I think it's Shook or something like that, the Infernape. I figured it was a better coverage move to have Xeon than Stone Edge, because most things I'm going to be hitting with Stone Edge are going to be doing. It's going to be doing a big enough chuck regardless. So yeah, that is going to be the team. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, if you would make any changes, what you think of our sets, our spreads, all that good stuff. And I will be back tomorrow with our Week 3 game, like the actual game portion of this against Gray. It is a very good one. I'm excited to show you guys that game. But with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I will see you tomorrow for that vid. Be sure to subscribe so you can catch it, and later.